So this is for HP spheres. This is to try and build our Auron tank. We got Ambush, which was a terrible start. Let's see what happens when he defends. So I think, again, hold on. I might edit this out. Just so that I can... I'm pretty sure it's the first time you fight something. It definitely happens. Yeah. I need to remember that. If I do it quickly enough, I think Content ID won't pick it up. So if I flee the fight immediately, maybe that'll be enough. It's really weird. Carithian, I don't know if you're kind of thinking of a way to kind of bypass that from happening. But it seems to be the first time the fight triggers, it happens. I don't know. Okay. See you later, Zan. Damn. It's very rare you see that, but Carithian says, I don't know. Happens to the best of us. So, two things I want to check. Well, first of all, let's Sentinel. And second of all, let's see if Sentinel plus Protect is going to be enough to stop Repageki. Ooh! Yeesh, that's super close. That's super close. Okay. That's something, but I don't think it's going to be enough for us to like win the battle now. But the trouble is, the next move is already Bunshinzan or whatever. So, basically, the second you need to start relying on like Hyper Mighty G and stuff, it gets a little bit more difficult. But I kind of feel like I need it. Because Hyper Mighty G items, you can also basically farm for them. It's not a huge deal, I guess. Gambler Spirits, you can literally steal them. Can he get in here? He can, okay. So we're going to try and double HP here and then see what happens, because Bunshinzan, I'm pretty sure, is still going to take everybody out, but I just want to see. I think Auron may survive it. I think it's weaker, potentially, than Repageki, but just for this one fight, we're going to use a Mega Elixir just so we can get everyone up to full health. I just want to see. It's not a normal strat to beat this guy, but... Okay, yeah. So Auron's at a stage where he can just about survive, but I think everyone else is kind of too vulnerable. Basically, any enemy that has like regular all-party attacks that you can't survive, like having a Sentinel's not going to make a difference there. So we need to find out how much damage Waka can do once Armor Break is applied. So let's do this. Trouble is, unfortunately, Banishing Blade doesn't give it Power Break. If we could have power broken him with this, then it would have made the fight very different, but we have to deal with that amount of damage all the time. So first of all, let's find out how much attack reels is even doing. So we're not going to win this time around, but let's just see where we're at. How does Animal Bahamut fare? I could try that next time. But I'm trying to have my first win against them not be using summons. That's not bad, but I think I need to get him to a stage where I can finish it in 2 overdrives. I think 2 overdrives is doable. But needing like 4 or 5 overdrives I think is a bit much. And because of the huge damage, he can fill up his overdrive pretty easily. So basically it's a matter of auto life before Bunshinzan and then come back for the overdrive. I think that's basically what we do here. As I say, the items for these are farmable. You can like get them from any enemy that has them. As in like you can just steal them, so you don't need to do particularly hard work here. Yeah, if Waka had Star Direct, that would have worked nice. So I didn't prepare well for this one, but Normal attack, what does that do? Well, he doesn't have Stoic, so I'd rather he didn't die. Yeah, Auron's a little bit too strong here. If anything, probably in the proper fight, we just don't use Auron. So this is going to slip away here. But yeah, that overdrive charges really quickly. So this won't be enough, but... Auron doesn't have evading counter. He has counterattack, but the point is that if you yourself are attacked by a counter, you can't counter the counter. So this will be the end. Yeah, 22,000 on Waka. Woo. That's wild. So I think what we're going to need to do, to be able to farm HP more effectively, Waka needs another gym sesh. He needs to get a bit stronger. And we'll go from there. We'll start here. Actually, hold on. I don't know if I should sacrifice like all of his defense at some point. I don't know yet, so I'm going to just leave it for now. It is a +4. Okay. I think he shouldn't need too many more strength spheres to be able to do it in 2, honestly. The way the strength scales, it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. As I say, I'm going to try to minimize it. If I can do it in 2, then it makes it a much more realistic, sustainable loop. So we're going to give it another go once he's slightly stronger. Basically, a Bunshinzan should already give you a full overdrive. Like, that would be your second overdrive. You just need to survive it one time. Yeah, you could also entrust with Kimari, so it would give you a lot more options. Do it that way. Andrea, welcome to stream. Good to see you. $160 should cap damage with armor break. Okay. What about 128? I think that's not that much more than before. We'll push it a little further. So we still have a decent amount of space on the grid here. Should be interesting to see like what the maximum levels we can hit are going to be. Yeah, so we'll replace these 2 agilities and put +4s on them. And that might free up an extra node. What do we have? Agility 100, yeah, so now we can completely remove this one and swap it with another strength, and it will still be fine. Still stay at that 98. Super cool, welcome to the stream, good to see you. Alright, so with this we'll give it another go. I think we'll set Waka to Stoic. I think you can use a frag grenade too, but yeah, I think I'll probably still start with Banishing Blade. Okay. So we'll start with Banishing Blade. Okay. He doesn't need another overdrive. I guess you can set everyone to stoic here. It's probably best, but it's fine. Let's do this. Will a smoke grenade work on it? Pretty certain it will not. I'm pretty sure it's immune to all of that stuff. It's basically the only immunity it doesn't have is against 3 of the breaks, and I think Doom. We are definitely past the stage of things like smoke bombs working, unfortunately. Yeah, so it's just about not quite enough to get the job done. So if he had a little more strength, he'd be able to do it in 2. Yeah, true. Yeah, if you could have blinded it all along, that would have been extremely funny. Jamal, you are correct, but in this randomizer mod, Riku doesn't have it, so basically Waka would have to use it, then get KO'd and revived and stuff, so I prefer to go with Banishing Blade and full overdrive. So for this one, we're going to have to survive, so we'll do one of these. But I think if Waka literally has maybe 8 more strength, you can do that. Yeah, there's plenty of ways to armor break. But using the normal armor break move is not the best idea. Like, that one has less chance of working because I'm pretty sure he has resistances. So, now that he's hasted up, he does get an extra turn. 43,000. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. I wanted to see how much damage he did. He can't kill it in another overdrive anyway. It has 95% resistance. Yeah, so just using the normal armor break move is probably not recommended. Oh god. Yeah, this went badly. Yeah, basically if I come in with like 8 to 10 more strength, I think it guarantees it, and you'll just you'll get him pretty quick. Alright, here we go again. So it's going to be just short here. Really wish God Hand had alchemy instead of double AP. I agree. That would have been so nice. And it would have been very fitting, I think. Definitely would have been nice. Alright. Survive that again. And now hopefully we should be able to finish it off. I think Riku in general is just so OP that having Gillionaire and double AP, like, it sucks. But at least it balances her out a little bit. So there we go, there's our first Ironclad win, and we now have access to HP spheres. So again, it wasn't perfect, but I think a little more strength from Waka would have got us a much easier kill. But that's good enough for me. So, let me move Waka along a little further. Creefian, what do you think about agility? Not agility, accuracy. Is it like, can it potentially be low enough that you miss the regular attacks against, say, like original creations? Get rid of it. I think so too. Basically anything that's hard to hit, I would basically use my overdrive anyway. So let's keep pumping the strength. Hey Tanya, welcome to stream. Always good to see you. Yeah, so Waka's been pumping iron in this sesh. His strength has really rocketed. Okay, I think 148 is good enough for now. what I can do is give myself some more HP spheres at this stage. Let's do that. Right. So, let me put a save in here, a little bit of a pit stop now that we've really started motoring on the grids. Utilize one of my many saves for this particular spot. Okay. There's almost always a James in the chat, even if it's not the one you were potentially thinking of. All two. We have Jameses in all forms. So, I think now that we have the HP spheres, I'd kind of like to go back and start working on Auron's grid from the start again. So any existing HP node, we're going to clear it and replace it with a plus 300 instead. And we're going to see how far we can push his HP here. I think I remember like one time we literally had 3 or 4 Jameses like posting something in the chat at the same time. That's why I did put James on YouTube. Oh, all 2, you're a James as well. Wow. I think so far that's got to be like the most common name that we have in the community. Wow. Yeah. It's weird that he had such low HP at this point, like he was quite far behind some of the other characters. Yeah, one day I'm going to do a James only stream. I think that's the way to do it. Let's get rid of these +1 strengths. It's a waste of a node. Yeah, just going to ban everyone not called James for one sesh. So everyone's going to have to change their username to James. James something. No way. Yeah, your viewer count goes down by 3. Turns out everyone was just a James. Okay. So remember, we're kind of raising this HP here with the intention of basically doubling it and getting him to try and tank things as much as possible, so that he basically keeps the double HP for the entirety of any boss fight that he's in. That would be the goal. Yeah, I guess there's so many Jameses in the Final Fantasy community that Square Enix need to show some representation there. Okay, let's fill up this section here. Really doubt the longevity of this sphere grid work. What does that mean? You mean as in like you don't think the strategy is going to work very well for defeating high level stuff? Yeah, I'm definitely going to make him a nice armor as well once I'm done with all of this. The question is, I have 99 dark matters. Who gets the ribbon, or how do we utilize ribbon here? Yeah, I mean, I do think this challenge will definitely be impossible after a certain point. I mean, I'm not sure. Karifian again probably knows. Have you ever heard of a penance win in an own sphere grid challenge, like even without like Randomizer or whatever? Without Zanmato, of course. I'm not sure that's ever been done before. Yeah, exactly. We're not going to max stats here. You guys have seen me fight with max stats anyway. Like, I'm not going to spend time on that. You're certain it's possible, but have you ever seen it or heard of it? It's very dilemma. Yes, much dilemma indeed. But we take it one step at a time. We'll just see how far we get. There we go. Never directly, no. Okay. I'm fairly sure I've never heard of it being done before. It's quite... It sounds like one of those kind of holy grail-y kind of challenges, right? If it's theoretically possible, but just extremely unlikely, then maybe I'm surprised at this point it hasn't been done, because almost any challenge of that particular level has basically been done at this point over the last 20 years, but... It's kind of funny because there was like an era, obviously, like before YouTube and all of that stuff, that you basically just had your reputation. Like in the earlier days of the internet, let's say you're in the Final Fantasy forums in like the early 2000s, it's just like, you know, you would have to explain what moves happened and that kind of thing. If you were to say, let's say you did something very unlikely, you would only have your reputation and you would have, you know, whatever evidence you could provide in terms of, you know, like explaining how the moves went and that kind of thing. But there was always a big faith element back in those days. Like you kind of had to take people's words for it. Did I miss any of the 200s? If I did, I'll go back and clear. I'm checking the chat as well, so I'm probably missing some stuff as I go. Welcome back, Real. I'll have a quick check back of the 200s. Would. I probably skipped this one. 300, 300, 300. I think I've got them all. I'll do another check once I'm completely done. So, whoops. That part of his grid's a little bit messy. Another one there. I'm definitely curious to see what kind of HP levels we can get Auron to while still having enough of like the rest of the stats. I think trying to get like, I don't know, 255 defense would be probably a bit silly, but don't know. $8,130. That's pretty good. Defense by 3, so let's remove that. Place it with a juicy defense plus 4. Whoops, I skipped the evasion there. Let's go back. And this as well. But yeah, sphere grid work is some of the most tedious work in all of Final Fantasy X. The whole like sphere grid master trophy and stuff, like that's just, it's rough. I totally get it. Cotillionaire coming in with the spice. Wait till you see Necron in attack only, Real. Yeah, I guess Coryphean is a guy who designed a grind-free mod, so at least he's kind of practicing what he preaches. He just doesn't seem to be a grindy guy. The sphere grid is the purple spheres are hacked, yes. I'm sure I'm going to feel slightly validated, or maybe slightly annoyed. We'll see. Right, he must be close to quad 9 at this point. Yeah, I need to work on the voiceover for attack only for this week's, for next week's episode, so I can get the early access version up. Alright, heading towards 9,000 HP now. Okay. I'm still going to do like for like with this one. Agility is just too important later on, especially if we're going to use Sentinel. Obviously, we kind of need to Well, I guess maybe it's not as important since he's already selected it. As long as he's alive, he kind of just stays as a Sentinel, but I don't know. It feels a bit silly to go in with absolutely horrific agility. Okay. So almost at quad 9. I think once I get to quad 9, I'll probably stop for now and just kind of reassess where we're at again. Okay, see you in a bit, all two. But only problem is, if he is going to be a tank, it kind of probably seems a good idea to have some magic defense for him too. Obviously, if he just gets taken out very easily by magic, then it defeats the purpose, because some enemies, of course, are going to have both. But for now, we'll kind of leave it at that. What we need to decide now is what armor do we give Oren? What's the plan with the spheres for everyone? Are you planning on buffing up Riku, Tias, and Waka, or still keep using everyone for their strength and skills so it's randomized? Well, I think at this stage, it's basically too much of a no-go if you just purely rely on their whatever stats they ended with and you don't use any purple spheres and that kind of thing. So I think we kind of have to go the route that we're going now to give ourselves a chance to make progress, because the stats are just too low. They just won't survive anything. I feel like for Oren, there's got to be some attacks that hit like quad 9s. This is the kind of thing where, again, like if I customize something, I don't like it, I can change it later. Basically, the double HP becomes a very important tool potentially, so lots of Tetra races. So, what do we have? It feels to me like auto shell, auto protect, and probably break HP limit, but then do we put ribbon or not? Auto potion's another one. I kind of feel like we have to have auto potion. So no auto shell. I think regen, we're not going to have enough HP for auto regen to help. So but I feel like without a ribbon as well, that's probably not a good idea. But I'm just thinking the attacks that have like the big status effects, do they really, are they more like spells, like Calamity, or it feels like, but you've got to have it. There's going to be like petrification and stuff. I'm Calamity. Can't you have another character and that stuff? Basically, I like the idea of auto potion because obviously, if he's going to be using Sentinel a lot and taking damage, then him healing himself afterwards sounds like a very smart thing for him to do. It frees up more turns to continue attacking with other people. If he takes potentially like, yeah. I think for timing reasons, I feel like it's got to be, I think auto potion has got to happen. So first version of this, let's do, I think I'm going to do what Carithian suggested. I think I'm agreeing most with that. This is the kind of thing I just don't care at this stage. I'll hack it, I'll change it if I need to. And break HP limit. Okay. So. Yeah, so if we do the whole auto potion and we have only X potions, that would probably help. Yeah, I mean, he's not going to end up having, like, I think 50, 60, 70,000 HP, so I think even being able to heal a quad 9 would probably help a lot. So we're going to try. See what happens. X potions, again, I'm just going to give myself 99 of them. I've got 99 problems, but an X potion is not one. And well, I guess some fights, depending on which ones, if I just keep my max HP... It's funny, that's his max HP now. Okay. Yeah, some fights I won't need double HP anyway, I think. Right. So that's generally the beginnings of the Auron setup. It's far from complete. We still have a lot of... well, maybe not a lot, but... some chunk of his grid still to go, so it's not fully ready yet. Now the question is, who is going to be our third character? I feel like Lulu's grid is quite oversized compared to some of them. Like, she has a lot of nodes, like particularly because she has like this bit as well. I'm wondering if still it's worth making Lulu, but I feel like if it's not a physical attacker, I still feel like it's just probably not going to work very well. So for Lulu, if we're making her a specialist, we'd want to have more magic nodes, but to do that, we need to be able to kill Jumbo Flan. I want to run a quick test on Jumbo Flan. Was it the case that there were certain overdrives that could damage it? Was it any overdrive, or was it certain types of overdrive? Basically, I think for Lulu to be a frontline character, for this part of the post-game, she needs to at least be doing like big damage with her magic. And she doesn't have, for example, double cast flare. Like, if she had double cast flare, for example, that makes her a much more viable damage dealing target later on. But she only has Holy, for example, and some enemies are going to negate that, and so I'm just not sure if she's a good candidate, unfortunately. Hey Hoffenheim, good to see you. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate that. I think Lulu will be the Holy Caster, yeah. I think that's as much as we can do, so I feel like this is, like, compared to a normal run, because of the randomizer, Lulu's options are a bit diminished. But what we do have for Lulu is the fact that she is a... she has quick pockets, which is actually pretty interesting. So, hold on. Let me just quickly do a fight against Jumbo Flan. I just want to see something. Nope. Riku is the only person who has double cast, so we can't use it. Unfortunately. So, let's see how much damage Lulu even does to this guy. Obviously, we'd need Reflect first, which he doesn't have. Let's just... So this is just a little bit of testing first. We're not actually trying to win here. Now, it's immune to normal physical attacks, but let me just remember what happens when you hit it with a normal overdrive, like, say, attack reels. Let's take a look. Yeah, so that's the problem. Yeah, that's not good. It's not good. It's probably going to come in with an Ultima. Yep. Let's also see how much damage the Ultima does, so we know where to even start here. Sheesh. Yeah, so long way to go there. Quick Pockets is so damn good. Just want a quick check of something here. Let's give Lulu an auto reflect. She naturally has a very good magic defense stat, so I'm wondering if she's a good candidate to try and basically... Oh, she already has one. To basically even try and somehow solo it, but... But her magic stat is just, in general, it's bad. 56. And she doesn't have double cast, that would have really made a big difference. But I just want to see. To make sure she gets the turn, I'm going to put Auron in first. Jumbo Flan's a menace. Absolute menace. Okay. So, let's see what happens. Yes, she needs to use like 5 times focus and stuff, but let's just get a baseline here. How are we doing? 11,000. I feel like with 1.3 million, basically her magic stat can't go any higher because we need this guy to farm the magic in the first place. So, that's the general trouble we're having here. She'd need to be able to survive all of the magic that gets thrown at her. Spam Holy enough to do 1.3 million damage. And so that looks like a bit of an unlikely thing. Next thing we'll have a look at. I hate to do it, but I kind of want to see what Anima does. Obviously we've completely ignored the Aeons up until now, but let's have a look. Anima's basic attack doesn't work, only Pain works. Zanmato, no, we're not going to Zanmato anything. We can definitely beat Jumbo Flan, but it's going to need a lot of work. So I think it's nice to still have that, because you've seen a whole bunch of things where we've just blasted our way through. So, but yeah, that's what we're looking at the moment. That's also not going to work. We'd have to buff Anima to a pretty strong level there. So even the mighty Anima got crushed. This guy is not susceptible to any breaks. I wonder if we can adopt a Doom strat. I think maybe we can use Doom. It has a Doom counter of 200. It would be like an entire stream session. But maybe doable? Let's just double check that it even works. I'm pretty sure you can use Doom on this guy. Yeah. So basically, as long as you could survive Ultima, you can't dispel the Reflect, no. But you can slow it, right? No, you don't want to haste it because we're not strong enough. It's just going to keep spamming Ultima on our heads over and over again, or Flare or something. So that wouldn't work. Make her a full damage dealing weapon. Yeah, it might be. So I think this is probably something that we'll focus on more in next session. There's still a lot of enemies we haven't defeated yet, but this one's looking like one where we'd have to come up with a pretty specific way to beat it. Yeah, Doom is like incredibly last resort way to beat these guys. Not usually recommended. But the problem is just like the healing would be very difficult. So I think I'm not going to think too hard about this one for now. I think it can be done. But for now, I think we need to move it along. In any case, I think even if we go with something like Karifian is saying, I'm pretty sure we need Lulu to be set up pretty strongly to be able to do it. So for now, let's leave it. Let's go to... Okay, let's have a look at some other enemies at this stage now that we're stronger. I'm going to change back to Comrade, I think. Riku's still only having Stoic, hurts a little bit. So let's go back to Area Conquest. Let's see if we can clear out any of these that we didn't before. Now, Marlborough Menace is a really rough enemy. Like, seriously rough. Let's take a quick look. I'm pretty sure we can take it out with Waka. Now that we're at this strength level, let's have a look. But I will show you the fight properly after this attempt. Yeah. So that's what you can do. But let me show you what happens if, let's just say you have a self-imposed rule that you don't use attack reels, or let's say you're playing a mod that doesn't allow you to use it, but everything else stays the same. Let's have a look. So ambush, this time I left Orin out. It comes in with Putrid Breath. So how the tables are going to turn now. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, not too bad. Look at that CTB. It's incredibly slow, thankfully. How much does a regular attack do now? That's pretty nice. I guess he's strong enough that he could probably solo it to some degree. I'm surprised. I thought that Putrid Breath was going to do more damage, if I'm being honest. Just wondering if I need, like, double HP and stuff to survive. Yeah, so now Orin can get up to a massive 20,000 HP. I just forgot how incredibly slow the Marlborough was. That's insane. It's actually crazy how slow it is. Let's use a healing water. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's not going to be able to do very much damage anymore, but... But he does have Ribbon, so he'll be able to withstand the punishment, so let's just wait here. Not sure there's too much she can do here. Let's just wait. Is it Waka? Ah, had to be Waka. Is there a thing about who it uses Chow Time on? I think there should be, right? Or is that just unlucky? I think as long as Orin's there, we'll be okay. Let's get Waka hasted back up. So in general, I'll probably try to do a mix of like show you guys what the kind of potential easiest way to do it is, and then do it via other methods too. Okay. So we need like 3 more attacks here. Right, so then comes this attack. This should be pretty nasty. There you go. I think we're a bit lucky there. But with Yuna gone, we don't have haste anymore. Bit of a shame. Yeah, I think we need like 2 hits. Just going to throw one of these in anyway. I just know that it gives me a haste as well. So that'll be the 2 turns. Yeah, this was tight. Like, this was not very good, but there you go. Thanks to Waka's huge strength there. Got the job done. Alright. That's that one. So now that I've seen some of that, I think we need to start working on... Who should we start working on? I think we kind of need Yuna. She has like haste. She has some heals. But I think since ultimately we want to take on Jumbo Flan, I think Lulu's probably the better call. So maybe for Lulu we just abandon strength entirely. We just don't have her physically attack basically ever. And so for now I think we go agility for starters. She does have quick pockets too. Yeah, no more Lulu backhand unfortunately, I'm sorry. All good things must come to an end. Okay, so Lulu's grid's kind of all over the place, but we'll start moving it along. So we need to build her up in a way that she'll be able to hopefully defeat Jumbo Flan, basically mostly solo. But for that she's going to need a lot of agility. Uh, 48. Thankfully her agility wasn't terrible to start here. I think magic defense needs to stay. I think MP nodes we can delete. We'll use like twin stars, 3 stars, 1 MP cost, that kind of stuff. So we get rid of MP nodes. Won't her damage output go down faster if you lower her MP? Would it? Is her magic power effect, is it only for her attack power or is it for the power of her spells as well on her celestial weapon? I don't remember that. I think ideally we use a different weapon to the Onion Knight. I think I'd have to customize her something specific. Yeah, it's only affecting her physical attacks, which I said we're probably not going to use at all. And this is the kind of thing where if later on I'm like, okay, I want to convert Lulu's magic to strength, I'll just do that. I'll just kind of, again, I'll just hack it through. So I won't have to do all of this entire process again. At that stage, I could probably just go in and flip the numbers. It won't matter too much. Yeah, so I did suspect that the backhand thing might have been against specific enemies. I did say I think that she might use it against flyers. Okay, 72, that's looking pretty good. Again, replace any 200s we find. I don't know how reasonable it is to get everybody to quad 9 and then have enough left over for the other stats. Do we need to do that? Do we get to 5,000 and then just rely on double HP and surviving things? I'm not quite sure. These are all things we kind of need to test. Do you think Lulu as a mother uses the slipper? You know what? I kind of feel like maybe yes. Okay, 5 more nodes here. I would think defensive stats would make quad 9 less necessary. But that's the thing, again, I can't really, I think, push to 255 defense. Maybe if I need it for a specific fight for one stat, maybe. But in general, we're not going to be able to have defense that high. So then I think, yes, we would need it, but not sure. I think by the time we get to the end of this bit, we should have finished it up. For agility, at least. Not sure if getting up to the 170 agility would make a big enough difference to win the fight against Jumbo Flan, but for now I'm going to try 98 and we'll see if that will be enough in the future. Okay. If you want to go on Laura's channel, you should be able to click her name. There should be, I think when you hover over someone's name, if you're on PC, there's 3 dots on the end of the chat, and then that should take you to their channel. Lulu may be the best candidate for 170, given her big grid. Yeah, Lulu's always been known for a big grid. Change these to 300s. Those dots only have report and block. Oh, interesting. I don't know if that's a mod tool that we have that we can see people's channels through that. Fair enough. So I can see it, and I think my mods are able to see it. But you guys for each other, I'm not sure. It might be another kind of safety mechanism that people put in to make people harder to find. Okay, yeah, then honestly I'm not too sure. If Laura wants it, I can post a link to her YouTube channel in chat. Basically, she got married recently, and if she wants to share photos of it with the community, and she's happy for potentially strangers to see them, then it's up to her. So she can send me the link. But in general, as you guys know, we try to keep things as safe and generally anonymous as we can here. Not sharing personal information, sharing personal discords and social media names and that kind of thing, because obviously just potentially leads to lots of trouble. Oh, I overshot the agility there. Whoops. Got a bit carried away. We can delete that one. So let me quickly check the Discord in case Laura did post in there. No, she didn't. Laura, if you end up posting the... Actually, Laura is a mod. If she's around, then she can post a link to her own channel. It should work. Of course, mods are allowed to post links. So, that's the first idea. Get agility up that high. And then, where do we go from there? I want to say a magic defense is good, but it needs to be better. So I think maybe, honestly, magic defense. Yeah, penance is super far down the line, but that's what I mean. Like, we have to find a very, very, very specific setup for penance, which currently we don't have. But I think for now, let's give One Eye a go. Trouble here is Auron is the one with ribbon. So I'm going to give someone else a first strike. Okay. So we'll try and do it without attack reels first. Okay. So this guy comes in with a very dangerous move that we do not want to... Actually... Gonna come back in. It really is the first time you fight all of them. It's so annoying. So I have a little bit of work in editing to do for this sesh. It's just too hard for me to remember to instantly cancel out of it. And now Waka's already out in the field. Ugh. It's not how I plan to do it, but fine. Let's see. What's the best way to tackle this? Just want to see how much Waka can do with the regular attack, and can he actually make contact? It has, yeah, well, it has 150k, not less than 100. But there you go. So we can basically do max damage anyway. It's fine. Can we get Waka to have another move? We give him haste. Yeah, we can. Okay. So this fight's already no problem. There you go. That's why we pumped up that strength. And there's our magic defense spheres. And so we will now boost those to 99 as well. Historically, it's always been one of the easiest to farm. There's no surprise. Where did they go? Okay. Right, so now I think we're going to start giving it some magic defense. We run out? No. Okay. I think the only trouble is going to be healing. I guess she does have regen, which would help a little bit, but if she keeps getting bombarded by ultimas, obviously that's going to be a bit of a problem. We can delete this agility and stay at 98, so we'll do that. We can also delete this HP, push it. Get rid of the strength as well. We'll build the strength back up from 0. Let's just focus on other stats first. Not sure what kind of magic defense we really need. Obviously the more the better, but I'm not sure what the lowest number is so we can start to get away with it. So we'll retest this soon. Yeah, that's a 1 point. We'll change that. I think again I'll take it to around 100 and see where we go from there. Probably not going to be enough. Should be getting close now. 96, yep. Okay. Well, I have 100 as a benchmark here. Okay. Then I think I want to get near quad 9, so once doubled. Clear those two. No, the Discord is just for me and the mod squad. It's been the same way since 2018. We just keep it as our own private server. I've never had a public Discord. The 24/7 stream and these kind of streams and stuff, that's the place for us to all hang. Alright, so now, these three are basically the first three characters to truly have a meaningful stat boost. Auto reflect. Yeah, this one's not ideal, but I just, first of all, I want to see how much damage is being done. Okay.